Some of you may have seen a video that I just did. Actually, it was a presentation I just did at a brokerage meeting where I talked about how the market is softening. So we took that message and we ran with it in our strategy meeting and came up with a number of key things that we're going to do in 2019. So,
and hang on, before you go any further, you've got to tell people if they want to go and see that presentation. We created a blog and it's on our website.
And below us, there'll be, or above us, there'll be a link. It'll be below in Facebook, right? In Facebook, it'll be below. Okay, in Facebook it's above, in YouTube it's below. There'll be a link there to the full presentation and the video of the presentation and also the slide deck. So you can take a look at what we predict for 2019. Now, in terms of our strategy, I guess we should introduce who we are first. I'm Marcus Collins.
And I'm Dani Fleming of the MA Properties Online team. And this is an episode
of Coffee with MA Properties Online, which is a series that we do, we're going to do throughout 2018 and now throughout 2019. So what did we sit down and discuss in that meeting? So
the thing that, one of the things that we came up with is to us, it's so important to do to basically look after our clients, to help buyers buy for as cheap as they can, but also to help our sellers get as much as they can. So a lot of the strategies that we came up with are along those lines, but what we don't want to do, and what we very consciously, is we don't want to do so many things we forget about our core business. So anyway, one of the things that Marcus and I both experienced from a consumer perspective is earlier this year we were selling an investment property that we own down in DC, and we interviewed agents, did all the things that you meant to do, and it was a great experience. But what we saw from our side of things, being a seller and not being the listing agent, we didn't know what was going on. Now, we should know what's going on because this is our business, but we didn't feel like there was enough information for us. That even though we were being communicated with, there were times that we just didn't know what was happening. We didn't even know when the house went on the market. Now, you know, that's sort of a no-brainer. So one of the things that we decided that we were going to do this year is, starting fairly soon, we've still got to develop it of course, but starting fairly soon is we're going to create a private website for every transaction that we do, every buy or every sell that we do, that keeps our customers, keeps our clients completely up to date and informed with what's going on. So it's a one-stop shop. Private website has each of the steps along the way of where we're up to, when things are scheduled, how many people came to the open house, all of these types of things, so that people know what's happening. And to us, that would have helped us so much if that had been the case with us. So that's something that we're going to put in place. What did you get?
The other thing we're going to do is the video series. We're already in one, as you say, right now, Coffee with MA Properties Online. We're going to do this on a regular basis. I want to do a market update as well, because the presentation I gave a couple of weeks ago was very well received. So clearly there's people who are looking for a weekly, a monthly market update. I'm probably going to do it every month because I think that's the right frequency. And so we'll do it for all the key towns in the area. We already do Martini Monday, which is a kind of light-hearted look at what's happening in the real estate market. And the other one we're going to get the team doing, because it's not just you and I in front of everything, as it seems to be right now. We're going to get the team to start looking at community videos. Realtors in the town, retailers in the town, shops, another one looking at gluten-free, those kind of allergy type things as well. So we're going to get a lot of videos going about the town, the community, which I think will be really useful for people. So that was the key, one of the key takeaways that I had.
And some other client stories. We're going to sort of show you behind the scenes of when we're staging a house, what goes on there,
right.
All sorts of things. So we think that that's sort of important. Another thing we talked about in the strategy for 2019 is we have a lot of new construction homes planning on coming on the market in 2019. One of them's a new subdivision, going to be something like 14 homes being built. walking distance to Lexington Town Centre there, and talking about the marketing that we're going to start putting in place for that. We also are working with builders quite a bit with different projects. So what sort of marketing are we going to do for them? Because on the other note, we just hired a marketing manager.
So that's kind of exciting because we want to take our collateral. We have a lot of it. We want to kind of raise the game on that one so that it's more appealing, it's more readable. Some of it's kind of heavy with writing. A lot's packed full of information, but not that consumable. So we want to take all the collateral, take another look at it, the collateral we have, and change it so that it's, I guess, more consumable, if perhaps is the right way to do it. We're also going to take a look at our website. We've just migrated to a new platform. We've got some of the content over there, but there's a lot more content. The statistical information needs to go over there, information about the community, a lot of information that we have on our old website, we just haven't quite moved it over. So that's a key focus in the kind of quiet time between now and next February 2019. We want to update the website. So that's kind of where my focus is. And that's what I get out of the meeting.
And I think it's important that the meeting, we were really focusing on, if it's a changing market, how are we going to make our buyers more successful and our sellers more successful? So that's why we're not taking on huge changes. We're just incrementally improving the things that we do to get the information out there, to educate folks. To us, education and information is so important.
Cool. So that's it. That's what we're going to. That's all we're going to. That's all we're going to be doing in 2019. Nothing else. No big deal. So if you have any if you want any information on any of that, let us know. But that's kind of our focus on 2019, especially as we enter perhaps something of a changing market. So I hope to meet you again on another series throughout Coffee with Emily Properties.
Actually, we need to do one next week, don't we?
We probably do.
So we'll talk to you all later, and hope you're enjoying. Snow's predicted tonight. Gosh, okay, not to worry. That's okay. We can get through. We can get through this. We can. It's only how many more months till summer?
A while.
4. Oh, God. Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Hi there, it's Marcus Collins here. Thanks for watching this episode of Coffee with MA Properties Online on YouTube. If you want to stay up to date with future episodes, click subscribe just below me or click on this list to see lots of other great videos. Thanks for watching.